So you might have heard about the third day of my 8-day long vacation. So now I need to talk about my fourth day. So I think this fourth day was one of the best day of my vacation. So the third and the fourth day I think was two of the best day of my vacation. So I need to talk about the fourth day now. So for this fourth day, we wake up and we woke up, and the plan for the first day was that we were going to move. We were going to go to like a place that is far from the hotel, not near it, or not too near it anymore. So this place was near Fuyan, and I've been to it before. And I've been to it before when I was like 6 or 7 years old. And from what I remember, it was kind of beautiful, but we were going to this place again, but not to the same place that we went to years ago. So the first thing I remember, the first place we visited was like a church. So when I was in the car, I had to like listen to the record of one of my English lessons online because I was absent then because I was on vacation. So I had to listen to it again so that I can keep up with the class. So when I have listened for 1 hour, then I got really tired because when usually on the bus or on the car, I usually listen to music, not to someone talking in normal voice or some other person. I prefer listening to music more than listening to lessons. So after 1 hour of listening to the record, I fell asleep, and I still had 30 minutes more, which I listened to another time. So when we got there, the first place that we visited was a church. So I don't like places that are related to God or Buddha or temples or churches. So I don't exactly hate those places, but I don't like them either. And of course I didn't like this church much because I don't believe in God or Buddha or those kind of people. So I didn't really like the church because I think the churches are boring, and so are temples. And so the place we went to the church for just a quick look. I don't know why we went to the church because we only went there for like an hour or maybe not even an hour. And then we went back on the bus to go to another place. So I thought the church was boring, and I think that the other people think so too because they didn't stay at that place for really long. So the second place, I didn't know the name, but it was like a park, a really big park. It was like a national park, and in those parks, in those parks were like has a lot of rocks that my mother said that they were the remains of volcanoes. So the remains of volcanoes because they were black, pitch black. So they were black like coal, which means that they were hot a very long time ago. So that park there had a beach, which I thought was really nice because I love beaches, but we didn't get swimming there because I didn't bring the swimming clothes. And going to that place was just for a bit of fun, not for swimming or for staying for a long time. So the visit to the park was longer, much longer than the visit to the church, and we went into a lot of places there, which I thought was really beautiful. So the first place in that park was the place I said that had a lot of black rocks like coal piled over each other. So the beach was really very near there, and there were lots of people, and they were standing right at the edge of the water, which I thought that it was, and the wind was like blowing really hard, so I thought it might fall in, and I didn't get close. So the second place, it was like a rock pool, but a huge one. a really huge one, and there were lots of rocks that I thought were beautiful, and I think I got some, but I think I got some, but I forgot them. I forgot them. So I thought that I didn't want to go into the water there because well it was a rock pool and there would definitely be water and a lot of rocks. But I stayed on the rock because I didn't want to get my feet wet. And then because if I get my feet wet, then my slipper will get wet too, and then they will stay wet for a really long time. So I don't like going into the water if my slippers get wet. So those were two main places that we visited, and after that we just took a lot of pictures. And I don't like taking pictures with a bunch of people, so I didn't want to, but I had to. So that was the park, and then later it was for lunch time, and during lunch, well, we went to a restaurant, and you know those places are really near beaches, and when a restaurant or some places are near beaches, then there will definitely be a lot of seathings like seafood or shells and stuff. So I had to eat seafood even I don't like it. And some things, there are a lot of things, noodles and porridges, but those things are the most unseafoodish. But they still had seafood in them, so I didn't exactly enjoy the meal. But at least, the porridge didn't have a lot of seafood. And about the noodles, well, the seafood was in one spot of the plate, and the noodles was in the other spot. So I didn't exactly have to eat too much seafood. So after that, after the meal, like we got really tired, and then a lot of things. We stayed at the restaurant for like a really long time, and after that, well, you know, my mother teaches at a university, and that university has a lot of other like places to it. So there was one in that place where we're going. So my mother and her colleagues had to go to the university there. So we had to stay. Us children had to stay on the bus. Well, we did have the choice to get off or to stay on, but I prefer to stay on the bus because there was air conditioning in there, and outside it was really hot. So we stayed there and we waited for like a really long time, and it was very boring to wait. But there were a few younger kids, really young, and like they were so energetic. They turned on the TV there, and they watched a bunch of stuff like something like brain rot, and I think it will make your brain rot if you watch it. So I didn't watch it. Well, that was about the day where we go to Fuyan, and then after that we went home, and I thought the day wasn't as excited as the third day where we went to the beach and had a lot of fun, but I think it was still exciting. Still as exciting as almost as exciting as the third one. So if for more details, when we went back home, then we just had dinner and everything. And everything was normal after that. Like I just played cards and went to bed as usual. But you know, on vacation I go to bed really late. I went to bed. I got in bed like maybe at 10 o'clock, and then I just lay there because I couldn't exactly sleep. I don't know why, but on vacation, even at midnight, I still feel maybe too energetic, and I just feel like I just want to jump on the bed and not stop until my legs get really tired. So that's how I always feel when I go on vacation, and I think that it's not exactly normal. So that is the fourth day of my vacation, and just to conclude on the fourth day, I think that the fourth day was exciting, but not really as exciting as the third one. So that's all about the first day of my vacation, and thank you for listening.